Hey everyone, my name's Pleasant and welcome back to our channel, My Kentucky Cottage. Today I want to take you on a tour of the kitchen here at the cottage. And before I get into that, I want to go into a little bit of a backstory because there's always a good backstory. So when Aaron and I first decided to build a house here at the farm, we had plans to build a much bigger house. We even bought house plans for it, but at the end of the day, we just decided that was not right for us at the moment, that we really needed to think things through and start with something small and maybe grow into something a little bit bigger. So my husband sat down and started drawing out some plans for a house, and I really wasn't excited about it at first because I was so focused on building the other house plan that we had bought. I was a little bit crushed, to say the least. But as he started drawing out the house plans, I had a little bit of a mindset shift, I guess you could say. And I started thinking about how I could make the most out of the space that we had, and how I could take something small and make it into something functional and grand and into my dream kitchen, even without the size. So when I started looking at his house plan, I noticed that we had a bump out area, and that would be a great place to put a kitchen, because if you know anything about Southern Living house plans, or if you follow Sugarberry Cottages, you know that their kitchen is in a bump out and it's very functional, it's very beautiful. There's lots of Sugarberry Cottages on Instagram and all over YouTube. And so I started looking towards those homes as my inspiration. And so I call my kitchen a Sugarberry Cottage wannabe kitchen, because we don't live in a Sugarberry Cottage, but the kitchen is very much designed like one of those. And I cannot tell you how happy I am with this kitchen. Even though she's small, she is perfect for our family. And I'm going to take you through some of the materials and some of the things that we decided to use in this kitchen, and how you can take kind of a small budget and make something really special out of it. So I hope you enjoy today's kitchen tour. Okay, so here she is, my little Sugarberry Cottage kitchen wannabe. Like I said, you can tell that the kitchen is in the bump out. And whenever we got everything framed out, this kitchen ended up being about an 11 by 17. So like I said, not large, but not super tiny either. So we have a large island in the middle, and that island ended up being about a 6 by 3. This is our only dining space in our house, so we had to have enough room for all three of us to eat here, and it's worked out just fine. It's not a large entertaining kitchen, but it works fine for us for now. So some of the big things that I want to talk about first, of course, is cabinetry. Cabinetry is always, you know, your biggest part of the budget. One tip on that, of course, is we went through a local to us cabinet person instead of purchasing through Lowe's or another big box store. We were able to get a much better deal through him. We chose to do all white just to kind of keep it bright and keep it open. We ended up doing the shaker style doors that are the full overlay. So again, just a little decision you can make to give it a little bit more of a custom look. And then we went with rustic alder on the bar area, and I had him add in just a little crossbar X there, just to give it a little something instead of it being completely plain. As far as the kitchen layout goes, I had looked at a lot of Sugarberry kitchens for inspiration, and I had noticed that, you know, because this is a smaller kitchen, you need a lot of storage. So I decided to go with a whole wall of cabinetry on one side, and then lots and lots of drawers, because those drawers will hold a ton of pots and pans and bowls and plates. And then we went with a small pantry here beside of the refrigerator. It's a slide out pantry. And then I'll show you here on the island, we went with one drawers, one standard cabinet there, and then that is a pull-out double trash can. And I highly recommend a double trash can. If you can put that in your budget, it is fantastic. The cabinetry I did think long and hard about, and as far as the layout, I thought it would be really pretty over here on this side to do just some open shelving there. And I do use all of those things daily, so sometimes my setup on my open shelving looks different, sometimes it's messy, and that's okay because it is functional. And then we just put a decorative piece there. So of course, cabinetry, that was our number one kind of budget buster, I guess you could say, but I thought we came out pretty good on it, getting it from somewhere local. And the hood, I absolutely love our hood. That was one thing that I knew I wanted, was some sort of custom designed hood to go above the stove. It did not come from our cabinetry person. We actually ordered that later whenever we had saved a little bit more money. We ordered that from an online company called hoodsley.com, and then we just painted it the same color as our shiplap. And the shiplap also, you know, it is expensive, but it was a budget saver for us because my original intentions were to tile from cabinetry to the ceiling. And whenever we started looking at prices for all of that tile, it was just going to be extremely expensive. So we ended up going with the shiplap, and then we did a marble basket weave tile behind the stove, and I thought that gave it just enough tile in here. And you know, if there's any splashes behind the stove, it's easy to clean up, but we haven't had any trouble keeping our shiplap clean, and we really like it. And the next thing is our countertops. Our countertops are a black honed granite, and those again actually were a budget saver because right now everyone is so into quartz and they're into marble. Granite has actually come down a little bit in price, and I loved these because they reminded me of soapstone, and so you get the look of soapstone without the price or the care of soapstone. You've got to do a lot of things to soapstone, so we love these. These are Nero Mist honed, and we put the same things in our bathroom and our laundry room just to keep it the same. So we also went with a black faucet, and we went with all black hardware, and all of that is from Lowe's as well. Our open shelving, we had intentions of making our own open shelving. Time just didn't allow for that. We went ahead and purchased those from Ballard Design. If we ever want to switch those out, we can, and that's not going to be something that's going to be, you know, terrible on the budget. As far as light fixtures go, I knew that I wanted those light fixtures above my windows. Gosh, even before we probably even framed the house, there's a fly in here. I had those picked out and ordered, and I knew to tell my electrician to make sure that he wired a spot for those beautiful sconces up there. I think they make the kitchen. Now, we also put in a lot of just overhead lighting up here to keep it light and bright in here. And that way, you know, there's a lot of task lighting. We did not do any sort of pendants above the island because of the size of the space. We just didn't want to crowd it. We wanted the focus to be on the vent hood above there. As far as appliances go, we did order another set of appliances originally that were in a black stainless. We could not get those. It was at the height of COVID and they were just not going to come in. So we went back and we went with a traditional stainless steel set of appliances, but I really like those as well. There's my stove. And then of course the dishwasher is over here by our sink. And the sink, I'll leave you guys with that. The sink is my favorite here. We went with a Farmhouse sink. It's a Kohler white stainless steel sink. Again, that's something if you know you want to put one of those in your house, you need to plan ahead for that and get the correct cabinetry to hold that. sink. I bet we probably had 3 men trying to hold that up and get that sink set. It was very heavy, but I love it, and I think it is probably my favorite thing in the kitchen. My husband also did all of the trim work in here. Just a very plain farmhouse style trim was what I wanted, and he did a great job with that. And I'll come back around here again. You're probably wondering where I hide everything, and it's in those big cabinets right there. That's where our microwave, our mixer, our coffee pot, everything is in there, and it just hides everything really well. And we have so many cabinets, guys, that I'm just able to store a lot of my seasonal decor in those. So those have been very handy in a small house without a lot of cabinets in them. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my small kitchen tour. Like I said, it's about an 11 by 17. It's very reminiscent of a Sugarberry Cottage. If you look those up, you'll see what I'm talking about. It has been perfect for us, and honestly, I could not have, I don't think I could have changed anything to make myself any happier with it. If you have any questions about anything we used, just drop it in the comments and I'll get back with you. If you'd like to see another room in our home to kind of see how we took another small space and made it into a beautiful and usable one, drop it below in the comments and I'll try to get that video made for you guys. See you soon.